Hi guys, what's up? My name is Blabbermouth and welcome to a new video. This time I want to talk to you about my top 5 horror games for this Halloween. Let's check it out. On number 5 is Dead Space, a game released in 2008 by Visceral Games, or at least created by Visceral Games and released by EA, back when they released pretty good games actually. It released on the Xbox 360, PS3, PC, it was later also released on the Wii. It's a horror survival game in, of course, well, space, it's Dead Space. It was created by Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey, and while making the game, Schofield's reaction in his own words were the most terrifying game we could acquire. And the game was a success and it spawned actually a prequel and later a sequel released in 2011. Each installment in the Dead Space universe is a continuation or addition to a storyline which began actually with the release of the original game. This is also the game I am putting on the number 5 spot, because back when I played the game, it was finally a game that I was waiting for, because horror survival games were actually gone in 2008. There weren't much around, and the survival horror games we knew, like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, games like that were actually created a few years before that. So a game like Dead Space was a very warm welcome for me personally, and I know a lot of you guys love these games. I do not like the third one as much, although it was still gory and it had a pretty awesome story. After the game was released, it was so successful, it also spawned like a television show, a movie, a comic. So the game was successful, and with the release of the remake of the Resident Evil 2 game, the HD remake, I cannot wait. And I really hope they will remake Dead Space for the Xbox One and PS4 and PC. I don't think it will happen, but if EA wants to do something good for their crowd, because a lot of people talk crap about them, this is the thing, EA. If you watch this video, EA, or someone who knows someone working at EA, please tell them to re-release this game. Not just an HD upgrade, a full remake like they did with Resident Evil 2. Look at the success of that game. And Dead Space needs a game. Well, it needs a remake. Let's go to the number 4. The number 4 spot of my favorite top 5 horror games for Halloween is Alien Isolation. This game is awesome. There hasn't been a good Alien game. The movies are awesome, at least the first 2 definitely. The third one was okay, after that it went downhill, but it spawned an awesome franchise, and they tried making good games, but they failed a lot of times, especially with one game I will not mention, but we know which one, Colonial Marines. This game, Alien Isolation, was released on the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the PC. And it is amazing, guys. It looked incredible on the Xbox One, where I played on PS4, but Xbox One, they both look incredible. It is like set 15 years after the original 1979 movie, and you play as Amanda Ripley, yes, the daughter of course, Alan Ripley from the original Alien movie, and you arrive at a space station, and well, from there up on, shit comes down. And the cool thing about this game is you don't really have like a weapon. You do get a flamethrower now and then, and you can get a wrench, but you can't actually kill stuff because there's not a lot of stuff to kill. There are a few androids walking around these ships that can like buck you around. But the key element of this game is pure survival horror. It actually does what the name implies. You have to survive in like a horror setting. And there's like one alien on the ship that's, well, hunting you. And you have to be very, very quiet. Because if it hears you, you're dead. It will hunt you down, it will attack you. It can come from the ceiling, from fence, around the corner. you have like this, well, an electronic device where you can, that they also use in the movie with the bleep sounds, that you can see where the alien is, well, walking around and moving around. And you check that all the time, but it also gives a sound, and everything around you that can give, if you walk like, let's say that there are a few boxes in the corner and you walk against it, it falls over, the alien will hear you and it will hunt you down. You can hide like in closets, in fence, everything, but it's unbelievable what this game did with me. I had a headset on, the 7.1 headset from PS4, and I was on the edge of my couch just walking through these small fence around the spaceship. It's unbelievable. It was made by Creative Assembly and released by Sega, and I don't know why there wasn't a sequel. I still don't know. I know they talked about it, but this game still needs a sequel. And also a cool thing about it, if you had like the PS4 camera or the Xbox One Connect camera hooked on, you could actually enable an option which if it how can I tell you this? If it picks up a sound, the alien will be notified. So, but that sucked because I have kids. If I would turn on that option, they will hear. Also, you could use your head movement for the game. So if you like did this and did this, it's unbelievable. I know on the PC it also they did like a hack for the VR version, and I wished I could have played that. I wished they could do like a PSVR version of this. I'm still hoping for it. I know it's not coming, but a man has to have a little bit of hope. Let's go to the next one. This next game was developed by Supermassive Games and released by Sony on the PS4. It's Until Dawn. And this is like a story-driven survival horror game where you walk around, you go with a few friends to, of course, a cabin, and from there upon, shit happens. You get stalked, you get hunted by, like, it's unbelievable. I don't want to spoil too much about this game, but the game features like a butterfly effect system in which players must make choices that may change like the story. All playable characters can survive or die depending on the choices that you make. You get, during gameplay, you get a few choices like take that path or take that path or do it the safe way, run, press a few buttons. I know you don't play really like 100% yourself because it has a lot of quick time events, but still the story and how it looks is really unbelievable. The characters look amazing. The character models, Rami Malek is in there. If I pronounce his name well, whatever. But it's cool, It has it's a story-driven game, and it reminds me a lot like Heavy Rain, Poltergeist, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, games like that. It's in your brain, and all you think of during the whole game is how can I make sure everyone survives? Because I know it's possible. I've seen playthroughs where people make sure everyone survives, all the characters. I was unsuccessful in that. I think only like 2 of my characters came out alive, but I'm not really pulled too much back into the game. I don't want to play it again. I tried, but didn't happen to the end. Still, it's an amazing game to play this Halloween, guys. Until Dawn, only on PS4, I know, but it's amazing. The number 2 spot in my top 5 horror games is for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. The funny thing is that Biohazard is actually the Japanese name of the game, and back there it's called Biohazard 7 Resident Evil. So that's actually, I find that pretty cool and pretty funny at the same time. Me, myself, I played the game on PS4, and the game is fully PSVR enabled. It's fully supported. You can play the full game in virtual reality, which really screws with your mind. You're in the game you believe everything almost, you know? When you see something coming at you, you feel it coming at you, especially when you have a good headphone on. The game, in the game, you control Ethan Winters as he searches for his wife, and in a house occupied by like a cannibal family, and you have to solve puzzles, fight enemies. It's actually the first game fully in first-person view, if we don't count like the Unreal shooters, which sucked anyway. But this is the first game that is in first person that has like a story. And I remember I had to have it on PS4. I don't care. I love all consoles, but I had to have it on PS4. It was released in 2017 on Windows, PC, and PS4. And the funny thing is, I didn't know that actually before making this video, but it was also released on the Nintendo Switch in Japan, which is pretty cool because I can imagine how cool it is to play this game on the go. I mean, like in the train, you play like the Resident Evil game, and it's pretty scary. I don't want to spoil anything about this game. I only want to say, if you like horror survival games and you haven't played a good game lately, or pick up this game, you know. It's released on most platforms that are available right now, so get it. Please get it. It's not expensive anymore, and if you have a PSVR headset, buy it for PS4, because it's so immersive, and it's like the only full PSVR game that I have played, which is, well, once again, incredible. Do take some pauses during the game because it can screw with your mind. But there's like, for example, without spoiling too much, there's a scene where you can look down the stairs. And I have played it without the PSVR, just to check it out. And you just see like your screen and you see the stairs and it's a black hole and whatever. But when you have the PSVR, you see the staircase going down and you can look around. And it's like sitting here in this room and watching at everything, you know, my X-File box, my Alien, Michael Myers. But then you look at the staircase and you can like lean forward, and you lean forward like you would in real life, but then something comes at you, and oh man, during gameplay, normal gameplay, I was like, okay, something's coming at me, cool game, you got me, you got me in sense like you didn't make me like jump up, but didn't scare me. But on the PSVR, while I knew it was coming, it scared the crap out of me. I was in my chair and my wife was like, dude, you're okay? Because that's still a thing with PSVR, you know? You're in the headset, you're the one experiencing it, and everyone around you thinks you're like a wook wook. But that's Resident Evil 7. Pick it up. We just arrived at the number 1, and this game is pretty hard to get at the moment because it was released in 2001 on the PlayStation 2, which is like a while back. I know it's also released on the original Xbox, and it was later released in an HD collection for PS3 and Xbox 360. I'm talking about Silent Hill Part 2. This game, it's still unbelievable what it does. This game screws with your mind more than most games these days because it's twisted. It's very twisted. It's unbelievable how actually also the voice acting is pretty awesome, especially for back then. The game is not a direct sequel to the first game. It centers around James Sunderland, who enters the town after receiving a letter apparently written by his deceased wife. So how did it happen? Is my wife sending me letters from beyond? So saying she's waiting for him in Silent Hill. And you know, if your dead wife sends you a letter, why not go to Silent Hill, right? Joining by Maria, who strongly resembles his wife, he searches for her and discovers the truth about her death. And that's twisted. The path James has to take to uncover the truth is unbelievable, you know. The Silent Hill franchise has been dormant for a while now, especially after the fourth game called The Room wasn't actually a Silent Hill game. They just slapped the title on there just to trying to sell a game that's not really a Silent Hill game. The first 3 games are awesome, but the second one, unbelievable. It's created by Team Silent and released by Konami, and whoa, this game, when I played it, once again, it's so twisted. I can't even talk to you in this video about what happens in the game. That's how twisted it is. You have to experience for yourself. So if you still have like an Xbox 360 or PS3 lying around, pick up the HD collection. It's not that expensive if you can get it. I do believe there are a few flaws with it. That's why I never bought it. Flaws that were fixed in the PS3 version and not in the Xbox 360 version. I'm not sure about that. You have to look that up. But if you can get it, get it. Well, guys, that was my top 5 horror games for this Halloween. I hope you liked the video. You know what to do. Please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. And give me a comment about what your top 5 horror games are. Thanks for watching. Blabbermouth out.